Conscious cloning versus digital hijacking. Welcome back. I'm Adeline, 11 times published author, and this is the Deep Fake series. In this video, we're exploring a powerful concept that will shape the future of personal branding, communication, and digital presence, AI cloning, specifically the difference between conscious cloning and unauthorized duplication. Because the real story isn't just that AI can replicate us, it's about who is creating the clone, why it exists, and whether the person being represented gave informed, intentional consent. Let's start by defining what AI cloning means. AI cloning refers to the creation of a digital version of a person that can mimic their voice, mannerisms, personality, and even thought patterns. These clones are trained on datasets, things like your speech recordings, emails, text messages, social media posts, interviews, photos, and more. The more data you've created online, the easier it is to build an AI model that speaks, reacts, and presents itself like you. And here's what's fascinating. The quality of these clones has gone from novelty to nuance. We're now at a point where AI replicas can express humor, sarcasm, empathy, even hesitation, because they've learned not just the words, but the rhythm, the emotion, the humanity behind your communication style. When done intentionally, this can be incredibly powerful. Think of digital legacy tools, where someone chooses to create an AI version of themselves to guide future generations, tell stories, teach lessons, or answer questions in their voice. Think of coaching businesses, where a founder creates an AI clone to help students access wisdom and support around the clock. Think of how we use video content now, and imagine being able to extend that presence across platforms, in multiple languages, without exhaustion or time zone barriers. That's conscious cloning. It's built with permission. It's aligned with the individual's values and boundaries. It's transparent, ethical, and often beautiful. But now let's look at the shadow side of this same technology, digital hijacking. This is when a clone is created without your awareness. When your likeness, your voice, or your behavior is scraped from the internet and used to build something that impersonates you, speaks for you, or even sells using your identity. This is already happening to celebrities, influencers, teachers, and public-facing professionals. But it's also happening to everyday people. Because in the digital world, everyone leaves data behind. Your voice on a podcast, your photos from Instagram, your replies in a group chat, your live streams, your interviews. These all form a data profile that, when fed into an AI model, can produce a version of you that's surprisingly accurate and fully detached from your control. In some cases, this clone is used for pranks. In others, for scams. And in some increasingly common examples, it's used for monetization. From adult content to AI customer support reps to deep fake influencers built off composite traits of real people, the line between simulation and identity theft is getting thinner by the day. And that's where the conversation becomes less about capability and more about consent. The issue isn't that AI can copy you. The issue is who owns the output, who monetizes it, who speaks through it, and what happens when a version of you says or does something that you never would, but the audience doesn't know the difference? There are emerging legal frameworks around likeness, voice rights, and biometric data, but enforcement is slow and tech always moves faster. That's why it's essential for creators, professionals, and even casual users to understand what's possible and start setting boundaries now. So how do you build a conscious clone without losing yourself in the process? It starts with intention. If you're creating an AI version of yourself, be clear on what it's for. Teaching? Support? Creative extension? Once the why is clear, you can train the clone ethically, feeding it only the data you choose, giving it limits, and clearly identifying it as a tool, not a substitute for your soul. Transparency matters. Let your audience know when they're interacting with your AI presence. This builds trust and also distinguishes your human essence from your digital representation. Next comes permissions. If you're working with a developer or licensing platform, read every clause. Who owns the model? Is the clone reusable by the platform? Can they alter or resell the likeness later? The fine print in these contracts will shape the future of your digital identity, so be precise. And finally, keep the human at the center. A conscious clone should never try to replace you. It should amplify your message, extend your reach, or offer support where you can't be present. It's a bridge, not a mask. Let's be clear, AI cloning is not inherently unethical. In fact, it's one of the most exciting frontiers in digital communication. It allows for legacy, access, and innovation. But the difference between empowerment and exploitation comes down to who creates it, why, and with whose permission. We're entering a world where your voice, your face, and your style of being are all programmable. That's not something to fear, it's something to steward wisely. Because when done right, AI cloning doesn't take your identity. It reflects your intelligence. And the more you understand what's possible, the more you'll be able to create, protect, and expand on your terms. Hi, I am Adeline, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.